Landlocked by landlocked countries, Uzbekistan is a nation in the heart of Asia that few people know about, let alone visit. We arrived with little expectations and were blown away by what we experienced during the 20 days we spent cycling across it. From ancient Silk Road cities, surreal landscapes and unforgettable encounters with the people who call this place home.
Thank you.
After fixing my broken bike in Kazakhstan and being forced to take a train across the border due to a closed road, my dad and I set out from the city of Nukus to continue our journey around the world by bike.
I'm not feeling mentally that good at the moment. I think just the issue with the bike, having to go back to Aktau and then getting the train further than we were originally planning. It's kind of, I don't know, it's not sat right with me, and it's knocked all the motivation out of me. But this trip is going to be full of highs and lows. This is just one of those lows. Just got to, as quickly as we can, get back onto a high. But yeah, I don't feel great right now, but yeah, it's all part of it. Can't all be plain sailing.
We knew the next few weeks would be brutal. Cycling across a desert in the middle of summer isn't anyone's idea of fun, and it wasn't ours either, but we pushed on.
It suddenly all turned green into a big river valley, and it's a lot more agricultural. Trees. First time I've seen trees in a while.
It was quite pleasant riding despite the heat, as there were frequent shops to have a cold drink.
In Uzbekistan, they have peach flavoured Fanta, which is actually really nice. That was a really brutally long day, 170 kilometres, and the heat has ramped up this afternoon. It was not fun, so we didn't really feel much because, yeah, it was just exhausting. But we've now got a day off and we thought we'd treat ourselves a little bit. We're staying here for £30 a night, and this is what it's got. Oh, first outdoor swimming pool of the trip. And just there is the old city wall of Khiva, and we'll spend the next day, our rest day tomorrow, exploring that. Apparently it's meant to be really cool, so I'm looking forward to checking that out. But for now, time for a swim and some rest. These roads are so bad. I've had like 150 kilometre stretch now after we come off the main highway, and they are awful. So we're having to cycle on the gravel bits to the side because it's better than the tarmac. And the temperatures are ramping up into the mid 40s. So it's pretty brutal riding, and we've got a headwind just to make things even better.
A bit tired, are we?
It's hot.
Hot?
Yeah.
There's a nice breeze.
You're what, 43 degrees?
Yeah, it's like being in a hairdryer.
Hello. Hello. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you. Josh is not in a good place. I feel from there's a lot of criticism coming his way on the videos. It's very easy for people in an armchair to pour scorn when they're not the ones battling through this quite tough challenge. Well, let's hope he perks up today. Left the oasis bit now. The last trees.
Yeah,
Now it's just desert.
only for several days.
Yay! Already an hour in for the day. The sun is just rising up in front of us. Just getting as many kilometers in as we can before it gets really hot. But little bit of a headwind breeze, but we're gonna keep pushing on.
You can tell me about the hills.
I'll find some shade.
Well done.
Oh. Well, there goes our shade.
The road just goes on for miles. What have you found?
Find a building.
Is there anything in it?
No, it's closed.
It's closed. We could have had some nice fish.
Oh, from all the oceans nearby.
Landlocked country.
By landlocked countries. Pretty impressive view of the river valley. And just the other side of it is Turkmenistan. One of the hardest countries in the world to get into.
Oh, just when we needed some ice cold refreshment, this place pops up. And he's making the most.
We stopped for a few hours this afternoon to get out of the sun at a restaurant, but they're giving us a private room so we can get our heads down for a couple of hours. We didn't get that much sleep last night, and then we'll go again back on the bikes this evening. Let's hopefully cool down a little bit. Had 6 hours rest in the restaurant, got a couple of hours sleep, and it's on 6 PM. A little bit cooler, hopefully it'll start to drop as well as we carry on. We've got 40 kilometres to the next settlement. Then we get there and then see how we're doing. I'll try and get in where I get attacked. Oh my days. Gotta try and get in. We arrived at a restaurant, kind of truck stop, and they've said we can sleep in a little room at the back. And they've just cooked us some food, so we're gonna tuck into that and get our heads down for another early start tomorrow.
.30, sun's already beaten down and somebody's taking time out. Oh, this desert leg's proving a real tough one. The heat is debilitating. The scenery impressive, but just consistently vast, brown and light green. The road seems never ending and I'm finding it really tough now.
That might be the best sight in the world. These headwinds are awful. We're going at about 14 kilometers an hour, and when there's a shop not for every 40 or 50 k's, there's quite long stretches between getting cold water. My mouth is as dry as anything, and it's hot, and it's just hard work. It's not fun at all. It's definitely probably the hardest stretch of the trip so far. Only a little bit more to go. Well, that was probably the hardest ever day I've done on a bike. That was something. Set out at 3 AM, didn't really sleep much at all because the room was so hot. And then the first hour was fine, but then as soon as the sun rose, the winds picked up, and then it just got hotter and hotter and hotter. Of course, the winds were headwinds, so we were just cycling into a boiling hot hairdryer for the whole day. And there was meant to be sort of gas station, service station kind of restaurants every 20 kilometers. This was on the maps, but 2 or 3 of them were closed or completely abandoned, and that meant we were doing 60 to 70 kilometer stretches of just nothing, and our water bottles were boiling. Luckily a couple of the cars stopped and gave us some fresh water, but yeah, that was so tough. But we're here, we've got this cheap little hotel. It's £10 for the night. It's going to get good night's sleep hopefully. It's got AC, which is amazing. And then on the road again tomorrow into Bukhara.
Well, early start today, unfortunately with a bit of the Uzbek belly, so it's been emotional so far. Just managed to get out first half an hour, 10k's in, and Josh has suffered with it as well, so it could be quite a grim ride through the desert this morning.
After attending to business in the desert, I came back to my bike to find this, a camel spider, and it was huge. Luckily it scurried off and we got to enjoy a pleasant hour of cycling towards the rising sun.
Another early wake-up call in the desert. We've got 100 kilometers to Bukhara and then a day off to explore the city. But for now, we're cycling through nothing, just like we have been for the last 3 days. Stopped for a quick breakfast at 65k's in. So yeah, good pace. Dad's got pomegranate. Yummy. All of that food plus 4 drinks was 35,000, which is about £2. And then they just came and gave us 2 free bottles of cold water as well. The locals here are incredible. We're finally out of the desert!
We pedalled into the ancient city of Bukhara, where we spent a few hours cycling around the old city, taking in thousands of years of history. The architecture was beautiful and it was the perfect rest stop from the brutal desert.
Well, the heat and the sweating and the long days has created a bit of an issue with the derriere. Some fairly painful saddle sores and a beard, which is a first for me. But it's not making the riding any means pleasant. Also not helped with the runny tummy, which is still going strong. Luckily we've got today as a rest day, so hopefully we'll get that cleared up before we set off again tomorrow. Otherwise it's going to be a very, very emotional few days on the bike. So not feeling great at the moment, but we'll push through and bounce back into it. Rack has snapped just there.
Looks like mine's gone as well. They're both broken in exactly the same place. Must have been all those bumps we went over a couple of days ago. Got a temporary fix on it. Hopefully that holds for a while.
Which way south?
That way.
Why's that?
Oh, because the sun's rising over there.
Yeah, how else do you know?
I don't.
Oh, moon compass.
Right.
Take 2 points, draw a line down the horizon, that's south.
Right.
There you are.
What happens if it's a full moon?
You've had it.
It's only meant to get to a cool 35 degrees today. However, in the UK, there's a heat warning because it's meant to get over 30. Yet, we're out here boiling, and it's not even a hot day for Uzbekistan. Some local cyclists just caught up with us.
We have come to a restaurant to try the local Uzbekistan dish of, what was it, plov? It's quite funny when the locals here ask where we're from and we say England, they sometimes look confused. And then we'll say London and they still look confused. But if we say Manchester, 99% of the time will be like, oh, because one of the good Uzbekistan football players plays for Manchester City. I don't know how to say his name, but so they all know of Manchester.
My bum is so sore. Some seams.
You put any stuff on it?
Yeah. It's just blistering all the way along. Where's yours blistering?
It's like a line.
On the seams?
Near there, yeah.
Look along there.
Yeah.
It is 3 in the morning and we're setting out for a big day. We've got our first big climb in a month. The last time we did a climb like this was in Georgia. We're currently at 900 meters of elevation. We've got to get up to 2,200 to cross this pass and then down the other side. So yeah, we're going to try to do it before it gets too hot. That's why we're setting out so early. Bikes are loaded. Let's get going. We have now started the big climb. We've got 1,200 meters to the top. Whew. Almost to the top, and they've put a tunnel through the top of the mountain. Well, we got to the top and there was a big tunnel and the military wouldn't let us through on our own, so we had to get an escort, and they were very adamant that we were not allowed to film. So they kept saying no camera, no filming, no photos. But we made it through, and now we've got a massive descent, almost dropping 2,000 meters. So that's gonna be fun, get some speed. Whew, let's do it. Hotel. Oh. It's shut. Today, no, of course. Any other hotel?
Далеко, оттуда далеко. Сотни километров. Уже устали.
No, the hotel's closed today, and it's the only one. He said the next one's in 30k, and we're 200k in. I don't want to cycle anymore. 203 kilometers, our longest ever day. That was a tough one. So off at 3 this morning, had that massive climb up to 2,000 meters, and then a great descent, and then just a tailwind, and there was no hotels, and it's too hot to put up the tent during the day. So we were just going to keep pedaling until we either found a hotel or it got cool enough to put the tent up. Found this hotel. Thankfully, the owner is now here to let us in. Hopefully we can get a good night's sleep. But yeah, that was a brutal day. We got 10 hours of sleep after that 200 kilometer day yesterday, and we're now packing up the bikes, ready to head out for our final day here in Uzbekistan, as we're going to cross this afternoon into Kyrgyzstan. Fanta?
Share one, yeah. Oh, I got one.
Here's a question for you. Would you prefer to have no winds for the whole trip, or like we're having some days headwinds, some days tailwinds?
No wind.
Yeah, I agree.
No wind. Don't like headwinds.
Headwinds are awful.
Yeah.
Tailwinds don't make up for it.
And I'd rather have it downhill all the way.
Well, yeah, that's a given.
And smooth roads. And not too hot.
Now heading into our final few kilometers of Uzbekistan and just reflecting on what an incredible and challenging 2 weeks. Probably the hardest 2 weeks of the trip so far, with the heat and the remoteness, especially of that desert section. But it's been fun, it's been incredible. The people have been so friendly and kind. And now it's time for a new adventure in Kyrgyzstan.